Every Build $1 Million business video is gonna say a lot of the same things. Post more, work harder, grind longer. But in this video, I'm gonna say the opposite. And I'm gonna show you exactly why it works. Because here's what nobody says out loud. The people who actually reach $1 million and stay there didn't sacrifice their lives to get there. They designed their life first and then built the business to match. And that's what I'm gonna break down today. The exact 6-month roadmap that I would follow even if I was starting from zero, not to hustle harder, but to build a lifestyle business, one that makes an income while you're actually living your life. And if you want the written plan to implement everything that we're gonna talk about today, comment "Give me the guide" below this video and we'll send you the link to access our 10 steps to scale your skill set and 10x your impact without trading time for money guide, completely for free and on demand. So just comment "Give me the guide" below and let's get into it. So one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they decide to start a business or they want to build a business is they think business first. The problem with that is that it doesn't take into account you as a whole person and the kind of life that you're trying to build. So our motto is design the life first, and then we'll make the business match that. So most people start with just a revenue number, 100K, 500K, $1 million, and then they work backwards. So they're asking questions like, well, if I want to make that much money, how many clients do I need? How many hours will it take? And how fast can it grow? But they never stop to ask the question that matters the most. What does my life need to look like to actually make this work? That's where a lifestyle business ultimately starts. I call it the peace, purpose, and profit trifecta. And it becomes the lens in which every single business decision you make gets made. So you want to think about it as this filter to help you make smarter, better, more aligned decisions. So peace means that your business is not going to steal your mental health, your relationships, or your time. Purpose means that the work actually matters to you and the people that you serve. And profit means that the income actually reflects the value you create, not just the hours that you're putting in. And when those three are aligned, you're not just building a business, you're truly building a life. And here's the thing that most people miss. $1 million business does not require millions of views, a massive team, or even decades of patience. So no, you're not gonna have the million in the bank by month 6, but you'll have a business on a clear path to it and a life you actually enjoy in the meantime. So a great example of this is Margarita and Dixon. They're immigration attorneys. We've been lucky enough to work with them. And before they started working with us, they were working about 60 hours a week, charging about $8,000 to $12,000 per case, and every dollar required their personal attention and time. They were geographically trapped. They were in one location working with the people in that area, financially pretty stretched, and completely burned out by the traditional legal model. So they went on to build their online education business model called the marriage immigration method, and they were able to replace both of their full-time attorney salaries within 18 months. And they went from 60-hour weeks to about 20-ish hours a week, and now they're able to travel the world and work from wherever. And they've gone on to help over 133 couples from over 56 countries around the world with a 60% faster approval rate than the national average. And that's not because they had this huge audience, it was because they had expertise, but they were working in a model that was breaking them. So they changed the model and were able to increase their impact and ultimately their income. And that is a lifestyle business built on peace, purpose, and profit. Now I say it's perfect all the time, absolutely not. Business is tough, it's difficult, it's going to be challenging, but when you put it into this model, you can find a lot of ways to make it super enjoyable. So stop starting with just the revenue goal and start designing the life you want to create and have the business match that. So the first thing to ask yourself is, what are my non-negotiables? What does my ideal day and life actually look like? So oftentimes that's things like, when do you want to wake up in the morning? How much time do you want to spend with your family and friends? What activities do you want to incorporate in your life? Building a whole life and not creating a business that consumes everything you do. So once you do this, again, every business decision gets filtered through that lens. And this is the foundation that everything else we're going to talk about is ultimately built on. So ask yourself those questions first. So let's dig into months 1 to 2. Before you build anything, you have to validate. This is where most people go awry, and they often skip this step and they pay for it later. And if you skip the step of validation, that's oftentimes when people create something that nobody wants, nobody buys, and you think that the business is broken, but ultimately you just miss this very vital process. And that can lead to things like spending months building, recording these super polished videos, setting up complicated funnels with zero traffic going to them, and designing a perfect sales page, which again, nobody's ever gonna see. And then you launch, and hear nothing. So what we created is called the POP method. It stands for Profitable Offer Prototype, and it flips that completely. You don't build your program and then find the clients. You find the clients first, then build your program around exactly what they need so that you know there is built-in demand. So really simply put, this is how it works. Once you know the problem you want to solve with your program, you then reach out to your warm network first. So this is friends, colleagues, past clients. Those are the people that you want to go to and be like, hey, by the way, ready for that chat now? I'd love to ask you a few questions. So if you've built expertise and credibility, you absolutely have a built-in network of folks who either are potential ideal clients for you or no potential ideal clients for you. You have built a reputation and a network that's strong enough to be able to send those people your way. And again, this is not to sell. This process starts purely from a research perspective, because how weird would it be if you go, I have an idea, okay, now let me start selling people, but you haven't had any chance to actually speak to your potential ideal clients to truly understand them. Because one of the biggest mistakes you can make is thinking you know what people need. You are an expert, which is amazing, but there's also something we call the curse of the expert, which is, I know so much, let me just stuff it all into a program and that will make it really valuable. That does not make it valuable. What makes a program valuable is the efficiency of getting your client from where they are to where they want to be. And if you just dump everything you know into a program, there's no efficiency there. People will get into it and they'll go, this is too much information. I'm overwhelmed, I'm not going to do it. And then they won't even do the process or finish the program. They'll say it sucks, but ultimately it's just that it wasn't done in a way which makes it effective or efficient for them to get what they ultimately need. And if you don't ask people what they need, you will never know, and you'll waste time creating something that nobody really wants. So the simplest way to start this is to just start with a text message, an email, a phone call, and simply say, hey, I'm working on something to help specific type of person solve specific type of problem. Do you happen to know anybody who's struggling with that? Then you sit back and you listen. You would be amazed at how effective that one question is for getting you in front of and introducing you to the right people. Once you actually have the chance to sit down with these people, whether it's over a Zoom conversation or an in-person coffee, you're simply just going to ask them, what are you struggling with right now? What's keeping you up at night about this? What have you tried that didn't work? What have you tried that did work, and why did it work? And at the end of every single conversation, once you've really taken the time to listen, you're not selling anything, you're just listening. You're building a relationship and building trust. You're then just simply going to say, so I'm actually working on something that's going to solve this, and I would love to let you know when it's ready. Would you be interested? And that's it. Again, you're not selling anything. You're not pressuring anybody. You're simply saying, I'm listening to you. I'm building this. And pretty much every single person, without fail, says, absolutely, please tell me. So that's it. No fancy funnel, no ad spend, no audience really required. You're building an incredible curriculum and your client list at the exact same time, simply by taking the time to listen. So Kirby used this method to create his short-term rental program. He started interviewing potential clients, working with professionals who wanted to create semi-passive income through short-term rentals. And by really listening to them, he was then able to develop a really phenomenal program. So he didn't build it. He delivered his first version live, which is the whole point of the prototype, over 6 weeks, so that you can actually, again, listen to the people that you're serving. Because if you build it before you actually deliver it, inevitably people are going to say, I got stuck here, I was confused by this, you put this in the wrong spot, and then you have to re-record everything. So doing it live first is your prototype. It allows you to test run it, get the feedback, and then once you're finished that round, you can make it the best it can be because you actually have the real world intel to make it amazing. So in less than 30 days, before he had even built the program because he was going to deliver it live, he enrolled 26 clients into his program. And since then, he's raised the price 4 times and he's generated over $1 million in sales. So the POP process protects you from one of the biggest mistakes that you can make in creating this kind of business. Ultimately, that's creating something that nobody wants to buy, which might sound easily avoidable, but you would be shocked how many people we speak to every single day who have spent years developing a program that nobody wanted. So the rule is validate first, build second. Your first clients won't just pay you. They're going to tell you exactly what to create, taking the guesswork out of it entirely and ensuring you have a program that is desirable and actually works. As a reminder, comment, give me the guide below this video and we'll send you the link to access our 10 steps to scale your skill set and 10x your impact without trading time for money guide for free on demand. So from there, in months 2 to 3, we're going to focus on what we call building your micro universe. Go with me on this, okay? So you don't need a massive audience by any means. What you do need is the right people. So here's the thing. People have become obsessed with vanity metrics, follower counts, subscriber counts, etc. But because they think more followers, more subscribers equals more revenue. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. What you actually need to create is what we call a micro universe. It is a small, highly targeted group of people, ideal clients who trust you, resonate with your message, and are actively looking for the solution that you provide. Follower count is just a vanity metric. Client pipelines are the real factor to care about because 500 perfectly aligned ideal clients are far more valuable than 50,000 people who are at a surface level and don't really care what you have to offer. And you build that micro universe by being hyper specific in the messaging that you share, not content that appeals to everybody, content that makes your ideal client feel like you are in their brain. So this content looks like answering FAQs, so frequently asked questions, solving problems that you know are super applicable to your ideal client. And the most important piece is creating content around the pain points that they have. Because if somebody's in pain, they have a level of interest, intent, and urgency to actually solve it, which makes them potentially really ideal clients and super warm leads. And then you give them a reason to raise their hand. So that looks like, okay, you have the content. Now you need to send them somewhere like a lead magnet or a free resource of some kind, somewhere where they can go from just consuming or seeing your content to actually becoming part of your universe. So going from seeing content to being on your email list, which is the only thing that you actually own. You don't own the algorithms, you don't own the social platforms. Anything could change at any time. So you always want to think about, okay, how can I get these people to consume the content and then have a clear call to action in my content to get them onto my email list. That is the most valuable and profitable part of your business. So it's really creating the bridge from viewer to client. So you really need to reframe how you think about audience building, which is hard because so much of the information you're getting is all about followers, subscriber, grow. But it is not about those numbers. It's about the client pipeline. It is about connecting with the right people at the right time. And that oftentimes is a teeny tiny audience of the right people. Because if you do the math, you don't need a ton of people to hit your revenue goals if you're reaching the right people with the right offer. So then we move into months 3 and 4, and this is all about getting what you have, your offer, into the real world. So for my perfectionists out there, this is gonna be a hard one, but you launch small, lean, fast, and oftentimes in a way that's not super pretty. It's the bare bones version of what you have to offer. There's this version of launching that people imagine, things like the big reveal, this elaborate email sequence, a countdown timer, and a perfectly polished sales page. And then there's the version that oftentimes works a lot better and more efficiently. It's much simpler, but it's generating actual data that makes every future launch that much more successful. So you have to think about it this way. The first is not the final, right? So you just have to get what you have to offer into the hands of real people in order to know, does this work? Do they want it? Is it resonating? Is the messaging landing? Is the offer working? We don't know any of that until real people start actually using what we built. So again, I mentioned this earlier, but ultimately you're going to deliver your program live over a 6 to 8 week span. And this is going to allow you to really understand what is working and what isn't for your clients so that you don't waste time pre-recording and creating these perfect videos and then having to go back and redo them anyways. So you're going to do this using very simple tools. Zoom for delivery, Google Docs to lay out your lesson plans, nothing fancy. And ultimately you're going to build your lesson plan week over week. So all you need to have prepared before this step is the 0 state and the hero state of your ideal client, and then the path of what are you needing to teach them to get them from here to here. You don't need to have it built. You just want to have the outline of your curriculum done. And then every week you're going to build the lessons week after week based on the feedback from the week before. Because even though you have the outline, it might shift. You might have to move things around. And this allows you to be way more agile and way more effective because you're actually taking the time to listen to the people you're serving. So by the time that you've gotten through this first 6 to 8 week test run, you don't just have testimonials, which is amazing because you're going to have a ton of social proof from this, but you actually have a roadmap to create the best possible offer that you can because of this feedback, and one that's actually built on results and client progress. So you kind of want to think about it this way. Perfection is the enemy of proof. And the only way to really scale a business like this is to prove that it works. So the faster you get it into the hands of real people, real paying clients in that first round of your pop, the faster you know that you have something that works. Now, months 4 to 5, this is when we start thinking about systems that can run without you. And this is where a lifestyle business really separates itself. If your business stops the moment that you stop, you haven't built a business. You built a very demanding job. Real lifestyle businesses are built on systems. Your curriculum delivers transformation whether or not you are there to actually deliver it. Your community supports clients between calls. Your content continues to attract new leads on autopilot even when you're not working. And your enrollment process works, again, even if you're not available. None of this is complicated. You don't need this massive tech stack. You don't need a massive team. You need 5 simple systems. A curriculum that scales. So once you've done the live version, you then record your curriculum based on what you know works and that feedback that you've gotten. Group coaching instead of doing one-on-one coaching and repeating yourself over and over again. Evergreen enrollment, a process for capturing and sharing client results. And again, a simple tech stack that doesn't require a PhD to manage. When those 5 things work together, you shift from being the operator of your business to being the orchestrator of it. So Katie is one of my favorite examples of this. She was a veterinarian, super long hours, a lot of compassion fatigue, and the kind of burnout anybody in the healthcare space knows all too well. She has deep expertise, but her income was entirely dependent on her showing up every single day. When she built her online program and systemized it, everything changed. In less than 30 days of launching her program, she had 40 people enrolled and had generated $50,000. And within 16 months, she had crossed multiple 6 figures, and she has well over 130 clients in her program today. And so her online business really allowed her to create a business that complemented her life and didn't complicate it further. So building the systems that support scalability and support you not having to be present in order for the business to work is crucial to creating a lifestyle business that can work for you. And now this brings us to month 5 and 6, and this is where we really scale the flywheel. So what the heck do I mean by that? Well, by month 5, you have what most people never get or take years to get: proof of concept, happy clients, and systems in place. Now, you amplify. So this is what we call the flywheel effect. And once it starts moving, it starts compounding on its own. So here's how it works. Your content attracts your ideal audience. Your audience enters your world through your offer. Your offer delivers a real transformation, and that transformation turns your clients into referrals. And those clients just continue to refer more and more people into your universe. So every time it rotates and it starts moving, it is compounding. With every new client you get in the door and every client that gets a transformation, you are getting a compound effect of those people referring more folks into your world without this complicated marketing strategy or having to, have all the bells and whistles and all the tech stacks and all of the things. It is simply built on social proof and word of mouth. And what's beautiful about this is, yes, that is one stream of getting new clients, and that works in conjunction with every new piece of content, especially if you're using a platform like YouTube, pulling in leads and more clients every single day, even when you are not working. And that's how the math towards that $1 million mark actually works. So let's just break it down. Let's say your program is $2,000. To hit $1 million, you need just 500 clients. See why we don't need a massive audience to hit that number? If your flywheel is spinning, content, offer, transformation, referrals, 500 clients over 2-3 years is not a stretch. It's a plan. So at months 5 and 6, you have done the majority of the really hard work. You created something out of nothing, and you ultimately ensured that it worked. And you got real proof and transformations from it for your clients. So the goal here is not to work harder. It's to amplify and scale what's already working. So feed the flywheel, document the results always, and let your clients become your marketing team. That is how a lifestyle business ultimately compounds. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this. $1 million business is not about you working yourself into the ground. It's not about sacrificing years to be able to enjoy it. I know sometimes a business like this can sound too good to be true because there's so many other kinds of businesses out there that take years and years and years of grinding and so much capital to invest up front. That's not how these businesses operate. It is ultimately about designing the life you want and building a business that's smart enough to fund it. So month 1 to 2, validate before you build. That's the POP method. Month 2 to 3, build your micro universe, right people, not just more people. Month 3 to 4, launch live, learn fast, get real feedback. Month 4 to 5, install the systems that let your business run without you. Month 5 to 6, scale the flywheel and amplify what works. That is the roadmap. Again, I'm not guaranteeing you're gonna have $1 million in the bank at month 6, but you will have a plan and a clear path to it, which most people never get. So again, if you want to actually implement this, comment, give me the guide below this video, or click the link below to access our 10 steps to scale your skill set and 10x your impact without trading time for money guide. You'll be able to access it on demand. And you can check out this video next so you can see how we bring this all together and actually accomplish it without having to rely on social media. I'd love to hear your takeaways on this video in the comments below. It's my love language. Love to hear them, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.